Right, the first question is, how old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
Do you use deodorant?
Yes.
Why do you use it?
For hygienic purposes.
Okay. Do you buy moisturising cream?
No.
Okay, why don't you? Any particular reason why you don't buy it?
It doesn't cross my mind.
At the same time, don't you want your skin to look nice as well as your body to smell nice by using deodorant?
Yep.
Have you seen any Nivea adverts on TV lately? Is there any ones you
No.
could pick up particular? No. Right, I'm just going to show you this clip now.
Okay.
Silence the irritation with Nivea for Men Sensitive.
Right, after watching that, did you feel like going to buy the Nivea product?
No.
No. Is there any reason why?
Occasionally I'll get products similar to that bought for me, so I don't often have to buy them myself.
So someone else would buy them for you?
On occasion, yeah. Usually I have.
So who would that be? Would that be like your mum?
It would be relatives, yeah.
Relatives,
Yeah.
okay. So things like, like presents at Christmas where they give things like, you mean things like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, has your girlfriend or a woman ever suggested to you to use a moisturiser?
It's never been suggested.
And have you ever thought of using it?
Yeah.
So why haven't you used it? I mean, you said earlier...
I have.
You have used it?
Yeah, I've just not bought it.
Right, now I'm going to show you a series of the adverts I've done. You can just watch them.
Hey, you're looking great. You've done something to your skin. Let's get comfortable.
So that's the first one. I'll show you the next one.
Wow, you've been working out, your body looks great, and your skin looks amazing. Now you sit back, relax, put your feet up, while I go think of something more sensual to celebrate.
That's that one. Third one.
I've been thinking, you're right, your skin does look better. Now you go and put the football on whilst I go get some beers.
And there's just one more.
So you've moisturised like I suggested. Does it feel as good as it looks? It certainly works for me.
That's the last one. So, after watching those, did you understand the meaning of the adverts?
I think so. Well, my interpretation of it was trying to use women as sort of that they seemed happier that the male, which I presume it was advertised towards, that they were using the moisturiser, and therefore, sort of, I don't know whether that was supposed to encourage men to actually think, yeah, I should go out and buy that product.
Obviously, I've shown you the other advert, and when I said, did it make you go and buy it, I think you said no, didn't you? Because you get them as presents.
Yeah.
Did you feel after watching those adverts that would more incline you to go out and buy the product than the previous one?
Probably, yeah, because ultimately, sexual imagery or anything where it's the opposite sex, it appeals, and especially the message of that advert was, like I said before, from what I thought, was if you go out and get that, then your partner or just you automatically become more attracted to women.
Obviously, there was 4 different roles. Did you, if I just go through each of the women, did you actually understand the message they were trying to say? So Miss Confident was the redhead. Did you understand what she was trying to do?
I think going towards the camera as close as she did definitely gave that confidence. And like looking into the camera, they all broke down the 4-4 by actually connecting directly with the viewer. Sometimes they don't actually look into the camera, they'll be told to someone on screen.
With Miss Seductive, the brunette, did you understand what she was trying to convey? Did you understand that message?
I think I understood all of them. Yeah, I thought it reminded me of a film where, to be honest, someone's getting chatted up. But obviously the purpose of the advert was that's happening because of the use of the moisturiser, so it's a selling point.
So that was Miss Laid Back. Did you understand what she was trying to convey? What did you get from that?
It looked like she was trying to identify a lot with the male audience by connecting with things that they're into, like obviously stereotypically watching football and drinking beers. And the idea of that one is if you look after yourself better and use these products, then they'll empathise with you a lot more and engage in things that aren't usually engaged with.
So that was Miss Luss. What did you understand from that role?
A little bit like Miss Seductive. I found the Miss Seductive one more impactful just because she remained in the same position for most of it and sort of.
So you probably would have felt better if Miss Lust wasn't moving around so much.
Maybe like I didn't sort of engage quite as much with what she was saying. The others sort of described a bit more detail, I thought, and sort of went on a bit longer.
Did you understand that these women were being insincere?
I could tell that it was being acted out, but I actually thought they were supposed to be portraying what they were, and for the sake of the advert, I thought it was meant to be as believable as possible.
Did you feel it was believable?
Yeah, I thought.
I mean, it sounds like you think certain roles are more believable than other, which is fine. Because obviously, I think from what you said, you think they're all believable except for Miss Lust, which was the one who was in the bathroom.
Pretty much. Well, the one that appealed to me as an audience, if I was a consumer, were most of them apart from Miss Lust, because she didn't seem to say an awful lot, and when she walked off screen, that's like disconnecting with the audience.
Okay.
I think it was Miss Confidence, if I remember, which sort of it ended with her actually looking into the camera. So the last image you have in your head is them actually connecting with you.
Do you think that these are the things that men really want women to say?
Stereotypically, yes, and sometimes sincerely probably as well, because obviously the more appealing and attractive you can be to women, I imagine, well, from my standpoint as well, obviously you want to be seen as appealing as possible in a positive way.
With all the different roles I showed you, who did you feel portrayed the most effective acting?
Probably either, I think Miss Confident, Miss Laid Back, and Miss Seductive. I sort of.
So you feel
I connected with all of them. I thought I quite liked Miss Laid Back because I thought that out of all of them made a point of getting things stereotypical that only men enjoy, and actually getting the person on screen to say, yeah, you want to have beers or watch the football. So I thought that connected the best.
Okay. So you think basically those three you said, but you're quite liking Miss Laid Back at the moment. So that goes into my next question. Which one did you think conveyed the message most effective? Would you say that is Miss Laid Back, maybe? Or again,
overall,
all three?
yes, because I imagine it's directed at men. If it was directed more general, then I'm not too sure. But definitely Miss Laid Back. The facts that you got her to identify with male stereotypes, it sort of gives the impression that, right, if I do this and look after myself, it's going to actually make her more interested in things that she might not be if I couldn't care less.
What did you mean when you said directed in general? You just said, I don't know what you meant when you said when they're directed in general. Do you mean overall the adverts?
When what they're saying is more along the lines of, you look good and that's it. With her, it's like
it was a bit
you
more.
You look good. How about we do this? How about we do that? So
Okay.
it's sort of, you see the positives that result from it rather than just the
I get what you mean now. That's great. What other themes do you think that women could talk that men like to hear? Obviously, I've incorporated sport and men being right. Is there anything that you can think of that, as a man, you would like women to talk about? Any other themes?
Not really, because of the product. I think there's only so many things you can cover. Otherwise, it wouldn't really relate to what it is. To be honest, I think the football and beer one, like I said before, I think works the best.
Okay.
Because it incorporates both the product and key things that men usually enjoy. If they were to talk about, I'm not sure, things completely different, then it might take away from Nivea itself.
Is there anything you want to say overall, or any opinions? Anything you want to comment?
Again, the Miss Laid Back I thought was a really good idea, and
Okay.
I like what you've done because you actually picked out a specific audience and thought of a way to entice them. I mean, like I said, sexual language and sexual imagery always sort of works from that sense when you're targeting either male or female. And I think men instinctively will pay attention to that and then once you've got their attention, the content comes into play, and I think that Miss Layback one will connect to them straight away. And I think, yeah, how about I do actually put a little bit more effort into looking after myself, or see what this is about, and maybe my other half or whoever will appreciate it.
So you think I've really connected with the male side of the...
Yeah, definitely. I think you did well targeting that audience.